up in Massachusetts. My mom and my dad got divorced when I was young, and we left the house. We went to school. I went to school from kindergarten all the way to like 9th grade. They kept passing me and passing me. Didn't know how to read, didn't know how to write. Finally, when I was going from 8th to 9th, I just quit school. I think I was 13, 14, around maybe 15. And I quit school and I went to work to help my family and stuff. But eventually, I ended up running away from home and I ended up on the streets. My mom and my dad, they never went to school. In Puerto Rico, you're not obligated to go to school, and they were born and raised over there. But they came here young, so they weren't able to help us to learn either. So finally, I just ended up on the streets. I ended up hanging around with the wrong crowd. I ended up doing drugs. I ended up having a child when I was young, and I didn't even know how to take care of a child. My mom, finally, I moved in with my mom, and she ended up staying with my daughter. And I just kept hitting the streets and getting involved in drugs and everything, and really didn't know much. That's all I knew. Finally, I moved out here. I was obligated to move out here, and I moved out here. I got married, and it didn't even last a year. He left me here. I didn't know where anything was. I didn't know how to go to a grocery store to shop or nothing like that. I lived 2 years here by myself, and it's kind of hard because I didn't know nothing. All I knew was to take the bus from where I lived to work and from work back. I ate like, I ate lettuce and tomatoes for like a month because I didn't know how to go to the grocery store. Finally, I just gave up and just ended up all over again, doing drugs and everything. And one day, after a couple of years, one day I came here. I don't even remember why I came to the bank, but I seen a pamphlet about GED classes. And I was like, but before that, I got a daughter. My daughter here got 6 grandkids, and my grandson lives with me. And he was helping me spell. At that time, he was 11, and he was helping me spell and everything. And my husband was managing all the money and everything, and managing everything for me. And one day, my grandson just told me, "Grandma, why don't you go back to school? So you can learn the way I'm learning." And it sounded good to me. And I seen that thing that said GED classes, free GED classes. And I came here, and if I'm not mistaken, I think I was at a 4th grade level. Didn't know how to read, didn't know how to write. I always felt embarrassed to ask for help, or if you would tell me something, I would be like, "Oh yeah," but I really didn't understand what you were saying. But when I came here, I started, the tutors were helping me. I started hearing, even the little bit that I do know, it was like, "Maria, good job, don't worry, we're going to help you." And I would be like, "Okay, I don't think this is going to work." But they didn't give up on me. They kept on, and I finally was learning how to do division, fractions, algebra. I was learning about history. I understand what voting is really all about. It's funny because I learned that you have to vote, and I was going to vote, but I didn't understand nothing about it. I didn't know who was what was what. I learned here about history. I learned here about checking, how to finance. I learned so much. We're at the point where now I'm still coming here. I just got my GED. And I'm so proud of that. Something I thought I would never have.